So let's see this. There is other type of lipid, a very, very important two lipids you will come across when you study immunity. When you study immunology, there you will study platelet activating factor. This is a very important inflammatory mediator. That is why you will study in immunology and this. This is nothing but phospholipid, same glycerophospholipid. Same thing. Same thing. Only difference is here. Okay, same phospholipid, glycerophospholipid. You will see the difference, you will see here. What is the difference you can see? All bond in phospholipid are ester bond. This is not an ester bond, this is an ether bond. Okay, this is an ether bond. Here also you will see ether bond. So ester bond has additional O group here. So this is not ester, this is ether bond. And that is why this is called ether phospholipid. That is the only difference. So these are a special type of phospholipids. Now two phospholipids, both starts from P. Both are glycerophospholipid, both starts from P. Actually present in membrane, has additional function. Platelet activation factor is a very important inflammatory mediators. And then plasmalogen is present in all around the membrane. This is plasmalogen. So this is plasmalogen. Okay. So just remember, these both are ether lipid. These are plasma. Don't go into detail of this lipid. We don't require that much. Just remember, both are ether phospholipid. At least even if you forget, if you remember both plasmalogen inflammatory, they are phospholipids. Okay. So you can see this is the function of platelet activating factor. It will aggregate, as the name suggests, it will aggregate platelets. Okay. And then it will cause constriction, bronchoconstriction, vasoconstriction. It really increases vessel vascular permeability, leukocyte adhesion and chemotaxis. So these are the function of this. So you can see in early, so this is a case slide from rhinitis. So in early means acute inflammation also, platelet activating factor. In chronic phase also you will see platelet activating factor. That is released by all the cells. What is the sources? Mast cell is also source. Eosinophil is also source. You can see monocytes are also source. So these are all sources of platelet activating factor. It is present, this is present, this phospholipid is present in membrane. From membrane only it is synthesized. Platelet activating factor is synthesized. So understand this. Now, so what is the function of this plasmalogen? So function of plasmalogen is not known, but plasmalogen is little known about its function. But plasmalogen constitute about 15 to 20% of all phospholipids in the membranes. That is why this is important. And around more than 50% or equal to or more than 50% of this plasmalogen is present in brain. And immune cells, heart cells. Immune cells are neutrophils, eosinophils, heart cells. So more than 50% is present in brain. So various function has been assigned. But I will tell the more important thing about the plasmalogen if. So how do you understand if this is important or not? When plasmalogen is absent, see the condition where plasmalogen is absent. When plasmalogen synthesis is not there, what will happen? So when plasmalogen is not synthesized in body, it will lead to a very severe disorder. Very severe disorder. This is called rhizomelic chondrodysplasia punctata. And this plasmalogen is synthesized in peroxisome. And in peroxisome, this enzyme that synthesizes plasmalogen is deficient. And that is why it will cause this disorder. Rhizomelia means small limb. Very peculiar type of, so shortening of bones of limbs. And why it is shortened? Because of this will give you pathogenesis. Because of this long bone become long because of cartilage. Okay, because of cartilage at the end of this bone. If cartilage has problem, this problem is called chondrodysplasia, for degeneration of cartilage. So this is how this plasmalogen deficiency will lead to epiphyseal cartilage deficiency and other places also cartilage deficiency. And that is why the limbs are very small. It is present in brain also. This plasmalogen is part of brain also. Severe mental retardation. Middle face is also formed by endochondral ossification. That is why middle face hypoplasia. So, and these are the few cases which survive with which have more survival. These are the survivor of this rhizomelic chondrodysplasia punctata. This rhizomelic chondrodysplasia punctata, these patients are generally very severe, they have severe presentation, but few have milder presentation and survives. So these are the survivors here, and this is non-survivor. You can see the patient. So you can see you can see the joint here, lack of joint. So tightening of joint. This is called joint contracture. And when you fold the patient, when fold the legs or hands, the patient feel pain. So this is contracture of joint. So if you remember rhizomelic chondrodysplasia punctata, you will understand the disorder. This is because of deficiency of plasmalogen synthesis. So that is why plasmalogen, anyway, we don't know the functions, but it is very important for brain function. It is very important for growth as well. Okay, so this is the significance of plasmalogen.